Hello everybody, welcome to this month's Q&A question and answer on London and London Visited for June 2025. And oh my word, have we got questions. So I'm going to have to be quite rapid, otherwise this is going to be a daft, ridiculously long video. But I just want to say a massive thank you for your questions. Please keep them coming because we do this every month at the end of the month, last Wednesday in the month. We get this to you. It's absolutely amazing. So some brilliant questions. Thanks to everyone. Give you all a name check as well as we're going through. Right, before we start, that's always foreboding, isn't it? That means, Steve, the video is going to be longer than you thought. Yeah, it is. We're over in Hyde Park, which is beautiful. We are in the middle of summer and it is currently 25 degrees and it's only 11 o'clock. So it is, yes, it is going to be a very, very hot day. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to get out and about and film before I have to get the old suntan lotion in. Right, so also Hyde Park every year is also the home to lots and lots of concerts that happen here. They do it every Friday, Saturday and Sunday in the middle of summer for about 4 to 5 weeks. So we've got different people playing. I think last year they had Bruce Springsteen, he was here. This year, who have they got this year? Sabrina Carpenter's coming over, she's doing a couple of nights. Olivia Rodrigo, I think, is doing a night. Who else? I'm just trying to think. Oh, well, of course, there's one that I'm going to. I am a massive Electric Light Orchestra fan, ELO. Well, probably the first group I ever got into when I was really, really young. Never seen Jeff Lynne live, so he's here headlining. He's actually doing the last date, which is in the middle of July, so I can't wait for that. And actually, they're assembling it now. So there you go. This is BST, British Summertime, Hyde Park. All sorts of people have done that, and there you go. They're putting up all the bits and pieces now, so they're building it now. So all in readiness for the different concerts that are going to happen here right in the middle of Hyde Park, which basically means they take out a whole swathe of Hyde Park. But have no worry, because there's so much of Hyde Park that they don't do. So we're going to have a little stroll through there, maybe hit the Serpentine. Judging by the number of questions, definitely hit the Serpentine. And just to give you a view, because to be quite honest, it's just lovely walking through here. Even in the middle of winter, it is lovely. And it's just something about walking around the royal parks. And I know we covered very recently Regent's Park and the roses they had here, but Hyde Park is beautiful as well. But it's a lot more accessible because, of course, it's right by Marble Arch, which is at the end of Oxford Street, so it makes it a lot easier. Right, should we do some questions? Yeah! Right, so if money was no object, where in London would you live and why, says Peter Moore. Peter, great question. If money was no object, do you know what? It would have to be Marylebone. Now, Marylebone is a beautiful area of London, and I tell you what, I'll put either a link up in the top right hand corner now to a video that we've done on that, or at the end. And the reason why Marylebone is so beautiful is that it's within walking distance of the West End. You can also get on a bike and cycle to the city. Yeah, let me just give you a quick view down the avenues here of Regent's Park. And as you can see, people sitting under the trees for the shade already. And at lunchtime, this will be busy, people coming in here with their picnics. But it's just that close proximity. I was very lucky in my younger years to work in Marylebone. And I worked down Baker Street, worked down Marylebone High Street, etc. So I got a feel for the vibe of the area. You've got Harley Street not far away, and all of the medical practices, etc. that come down there, plus a whole load of the embassies as well, which really, well, it just adds to the whole thing. So I absolutely loved it down there. So certainly a place. If money was no object, I did have a good think about it, and I thought Hampstead, because Hampstead's a beautiful area, but everyone goes and lives in Hampstead. It's very posh. It's also high up, so you get amazing views of London. But the only problem with that, of course, is with that, you're not right near the centre. So, which is also a shame. There you go. And that's how they cut the lawn here at Regent's Park. Oh, I love that. And you've got these street lights here in the middle, and if you're new to the channel or you haven't seen it before, that bar that's sticking out is where the old gas lighters used to put their ladders to climb up and light them, like that light when it was gas. So they get up there and light, and that's what they'd put their ladder against. There you are. Now, So there you are. Lovely. Right, let's keep walking down. So love that one. Thank you very much, Peter. Really appreciate that. Right, Luana asks, when you started this channel, what was your plan? What did you want to make happen? And what equipment did you have back then compared to now? What a brilliant question. Do you know what? When I started the channel, all I wanted to do, and I still do actually, I've kept that value all the way through, is just share London. And you know what? I cannot believe how it's grown. We're now over 20,000 subscribers. So a massive thank you to every single person watching. We've had over 3.5 million views. Never in my wildest dreams would I imagine so many people watching this channel from all over the world. And I think the thing that's pleased me the most about this, and I can't be more passionate about, is the community that we have. We have an amazing community of people, and I see it every single day in the comments. It's a family channel. The whole point of this channel is to bring you London, to give you a taste. So if you're coming to London, have been to London and want to reminisce, or alternatively used to live in London and are now far away, and there's a number of you that have been to London, used to live in London and now live in other parts of the world. It's absolutely amazing, the comments that we get from you guys. And that's the bit I love the most. I have never ever sought to turn this into a money-making venture and off we go. Far from it. This is my hobby. And what was really funny is I did have a go and see if we could turn this into a full-time activity and get out and about and produce a load of bits and pieces. But do you know what? And this, I can't say enough, if you turn your hobby into something which is full-time and it's the focus of everything, you don't enjoy it as much because your hobby turns into sort of a work thing. And I am so pleased that this is my hobby. I have a full-time job, so I do this. I get up to London and film every week where I can, pretty much every week, and I just absolutely love it. So the thing was, and it still is to bring you London and to give you London and just to give you a taster. And I'm hoping that we'll get feedback from you. Hopefully that does it. And actually I'll have to do a survey at some point just to see if it's actually hitting the mark of what I actually set the whole thing up for. When did I start? Well, it's really funny actually, because when I started, it was, tell you what, let's go under the shade here. And there's some lovely logs so we can go and sit down. Just cut through. You wouldn't believe you're right in the middle of a royal park, right in the centre of London's West End. You've got Knightsbridge one side, Oxford Street another, and yet, look, deserted. And then you've got some logs just sitting here. So we'll have a little sit down in the shade, just for a couple of minutes, and then we'll carry on. So the idea is, with the Q&A, is to answer your questions and also show you a little bit of the place that we're walking around as well, which today is Regent's Park. Regent's Park, Hyde Park. Royal Park, but a different one. So yeah, when I started, and I still do use it, I use my phone camera. Now I'm actually filming this today and a lot of other action outside on what's called a DJ Osmo Action 4, which is one of those minute little sort of GoPro-y sort of cameras, and it gives you an amazing 4K quality. It really, really does. But for a lot of stuff, I still use my phone on 4K. I use a Samsung phone, and the quality of the video on that is amazing. And especially you have to use that when you're inside shops, inside museums, etc. Because if I get this little device out, which is like a GoPro, everyone thinks all of a sudden it's a professional and they just don't let you do it. Whereas if you use a video camera, you can get away with murder. Don't tell the stores and museums that I said that, all right? Otherwise they'll stop us from doing it. So that's the only thing I've really progressed on there. I think other things have happened since the community posts we do every single day, and they didn't do that to start with. What else? The podcasts, that's developed. Crikey, I can't believe we've got about 260 odd podcasts now in the library, which we're now converting onto YouTube, so over 100 on YouTube of those. So it really has developed. But do you know what? I absolutely love this, and I think the bit for me is just keeping it as a hobby, because it's it's the amazing joy I also get when we have people come to London, members come to London and meet up with you guys. And who have we met up with? Rhonda and Matt from Canada, we met up with you guys. Paula and Al from Chattanooga in Tennessee. Also Luana as well from the US. Guys, getting together with you is just amazing, and it's just so lovely to meet you guys, see your enthusiasm for London, but also just spend a bit of quality time going out for a bit of food and showing you some of the sights of London, all part and parcel of it. So really, really enjoy it. So I'm so happy that I do this, and I can't believe I didn't find this hobby sooner. There you go. So keeping it as a hobby. Right, we're 2 questions down. Yikes. Right, should we go for a walk? Why not? So once again, this is in the centre of Hyde Park. And it's almost like a case of spot the person. Amazing. Now, actually, do you know what? We could actually lead into a rather good question on that one. Another one from Luana, and she actually says, do the major parks in London close up after hours, or are they accessible night and day? Yeah, they're accessible night and day. It's because they are so large. They do have boundaries around them, but they stay open. So one of the things that I have done on one of our walks, and I think that, if I remember rightly, it included Regent's Park. I walked in Regent's Park at night. I've also done St James's Park, a little walk in there at night. It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, really, really nice. So they do stay open, although we're here in the middle of the day and it's absolutely glorious. Oh, the other good thing about the Royal Parks is that they all have maps all over the place. So the maps are all over. Let me just show you this one for Hyde Park. And I'm going to point out some key bits to you. So this is the Hyde Park map here. And then coming here, we've got the Serpentine. This is where you can get boats and take the boats out, and then you can go up and down this bit here on the paddlers. You've got over here, you've got the Lido, so there's a little swimming area, and there's cafes over here as well. We are currently here, right bang in the centre, and we've walked over from Speaker's Corner, which is right by Marble Arch. And just to give you an idea, this is Oxford Street. So Oxford Street ends about here, and that is Oxford Street. So it just shows you how close. Then over here, you've got Mayfair. You've got all that area of Mayfair with Grosvenor Square in that as well. Now, Hyde Park Corner is over here. We have featured Hyde Park Corner a few times, not only for the lovely cafe it's got over there, which we'll feature on our London Visited Coffee at some point, but also over here you have the beautiful Rose Garden, which is absolutely gorgeous. So that's worth doing, but love the walk around the Serpentine. But then, when you're thinking, oh, you concentrate on that bit, this bit over here is Kensington Gardens. So the two adjoin, but with the water in the middle. And the only way of getting around the Serpentine is walking around here, down the bottom. There's a big cafe there, Serpentine Bar and Kitchen. Over the bridge, which is pedestrian and traffic bridge. Alternatively, up here, and this is a beautiful area which you've covered a few times, which is the Italian Gardens. So that really gives you an idea of where we are, but it also gives you an idea of Hyde Park, which is this bit here, and also Kensington Gardens, which is this bit here up to the road. Now, of course, in Kensington Gardens, just over here, you've got the Round Lake, which is about here, and then you've got Kensington Palace as well. So just gives you an idea of it all. Right, enjoying this? Hope so. We've got some questions done. Let me also, now I have put pictures of this before, but this is just lovely. This is the police station, or used to be the police station. This used to be the police station in Hyde Park. Yep, Hyde Park had its own police station. Now it's now used for other things, offices, etc. And just to prove, because you're going, yeah, you're pulling my leg. There you go. See that? Police sign. Outside of the old police station here at Hyde Park. Isn't that lovely? Really is. Yeah, right in the middle. And you've got gardeners tending as well. You wouldn't believe you're in the middle of London, would you? And I know I always say how green it is, but you get that idea just literally from walking around here. Beautiful shade. So on a lovely warm day like today, which is another reason I've come down here, because being a hot day, being in the shade is lovely. Absolutely glorious. So we'll walk down here and just look at those wildflowers there. Beautiful. And that's one thing we'd like to do with the Q&A, is just show you different parts of London whilst we're answering your questions as well. Right, Okay, let's go for the next one. Right. Oh, yeah, this is a lovely one. Diane Moore. So, Diane, thank you very much for your question. Is King Charles making any changes to the royal palaces where the public has more access? Nothing's happened with that so far. I'm guessing he probably will do. He's trying to change things, definitely, bring things up to date. But there we go. By the way, here we are. So if you forget to post something, you've got it in your bag, you can come right into the middle of Hyde Park, right near the police station, and you put your first class and abroad in there on the left and your second class there on the right, and it gets collected every day at 9 a.m, on a Saturday at 7 a.m, and it gets collected there. There you go. Lovely. So at the moment, no, nothing's happened. Will things happen? I bet they will. So what have we got? So I suppose the big thing is access to Buckingham Palace, and there is still access to Buckingham Palace, especially during the summer, because the royal family normally tend to go off to Balmoral up in Scotland. So I'm guessing there will be more access at some point, but nothing has happened so far. But a brilliant question. I love every single question this month, guys. Thank you so much. And Diane, I love that one. And we will keep an eye on it, because if they do change things and do make things more accessible, we'll get down there and have a look and see what's going on. Now, I showed you that map earlier of Hyde Park, and you think, wow, that's an absolutely massive area. So we've literally come from the centre of Hyde Park, and we're coming up to the Serpentine already. So the Serpentine is just down here, and it's going to get busier because you'll have people walking around by the lake. But yeah, the Serpentine Lake is just coming up, and we're coming up by the boating area, which is lovely. So, right, so next question. Oh, I love this one. This is from Kate Kirby O'Connell. Kate, lovely to have you here, and thanks so much for your question. Best spots for fish and chips. Right, for me, there's only one place in London for fish and chips, and it's out slightly. So let me give you a warning first. So fine. So first of all, if it's food related, I'm going to mention him again later because we've got another food related question. There's a guy I know really, really well called Michael. He's got a channel called Michael Eats. So if you're thinking of coming to London and want to know some great places to eat, go to Michael Eats. That's his YouTube channel. And do have a look, and he'll tell you some of the best places for all types of food around London. So definitely for that. For me, there is only one place for fish and chips, and it's at Muswell Hill. Now, Muswell Hill is just one of the outer suburbs of central London. It's perched on the hill, as the name suggests, gives you amazing views across London. But at Muswell Hill, there is a fish and chip shop called Toffs, Toffs. And oh my word, I think that's the best fish and chips I've ever had in the world. It is absolutely amazing. Right, let's just give you a view across the lakes here, because this is glorious. But for me, that's the best fish and chips. Now, lots of people go to the one at Mayfair, down North Audley Street, and that is next to Marquesa Mayfair, and it's called the Mayfair Chippy, or the Mayfair Fish and Chip Shop. Overrated. It is not as good as it makes out. People queue, and God knows why. I'm guessing someone's put something on Instagram somewhere and said, oh, go to this one. Nah. For me, it is without doubt Toffs. And I've put it in our Muswell Hill video, funny enough, and I know Michael has. He's been there as when he was interviewing the people there, which is why I defer to him. So go and see my friend on Michael Eats, and he'll give you other suggestions. But for me, it's got to be Toffs at Muswell Hill. So, Kate, brilliant question. Thank you very much. And I'll tell you what, we'll keep the food questions going because, by the way, hope you love this. We're going to go down to, let's go down to the boathouse. As you can see, lots of wildlife here, all minding their own business. And the spitting cobras, as Rhonda likes to call them. Oh, they were just sitting here, minding their own business. They're walking extremely close, but they're not hissing at me. Oh, it's going to be a first. Do not feed the birds, or go swimming in the lake, unless it's the Lido over the other side. Who knows what you catch? Right. And Adam Handley says, what are the best pubs for dinner in London, and what are the best places to have an afternoon tea? Adam, what a brilliant question. Let's start off with the last bit first. Sound like a politician, don't I? Let's start off with the last bit first. Afternoon tea, right. So I've only ever had one afternoon tea, and the video came out on that last week, which was our afternoon tea at the Marriott at Park Lane, which was £50 plus service charge, free flowing Prosecco and tea, and those amazing savoury bits and cakes as well. There you go, this is the original boathouse, which has been done up. There you go, low flying pigeons. So that's absolutely amazing. We are going to go for another tea at some point. Let's just take you a bit closer. As you can see inside here, there you go. Or boathouse, you can see all the water in there as well. Lovely. And you've got some pedalos there as well. We are going to try another afternoon tea place. We're going to go to Harrods at some point because lots of people go to Harrods for afternoon tea, Fortnum and Mason, and of course the Ritz. Now, I know quite a few people that have been to the Ritz, all right? Quite a few friends. And they all say the same thing. Yeah, it's nice. It's the experience, but it don't half feel dated. That's the decor and all the rest of it. But if you're going to do afternoon tea once in your life, then go and experience it there, purely because it is an experience at the Ritz. And let's face it, if you're going to the Ritz, but you need to book it well in advance. Let's give you a view across here. So you do need to book it well in advance on that one. Let's go across. So across the other side there, you have the Lido. They've got people. Yeah, got people in that already. So don't know what the temperature's like, but I dare say on a lovely warm day like that, it's probably lovely to jump in. You've got a cafe over there as well, which is lovely. You've got people out on the boats pedaling. And a nice breeze coming down here, so hopefully you can hear me well. If not, I'll do something with the audio so you can. It wasn't breezy when I started, so I chose a microphone for non-breezy conditions. See, how about that for technical? Didn't have one of those when I started. So, where were we? Oh yeah, so that's afternoon tea. So, can't recommend that one highly enough. It's absolutely glorious, the Marriott Park Lane, and it's right by Marble Arch. And they really do look after you, so fantastic. So if you haven't seen that video, pop in there and see that one. So that gives you an idea on afternoon tea. Right, pubs. Oh, let's tell you what. Lovely. Shall we have a little? Yes, why not? So whilst we're talking, I'll give you a panoramic zoom round. So they're not out at the moment, but often when it's really busy, that area of grass you can see there is covered in deck chairs. So you can hire a deck chair by the hour. And then as we go around, we've got the Serpentine. Oh, lovely. Beautiful. And then as we go around the Serpentine, you've got the barracks over there. That's the Knightsbridge Barracks. With the, I think it's the household cavalry that are in there. So that's that tower block. So you've literally got Knightsbridge just on the other side of the water and then behind the trees. Just the lovely thing about London, everything is much closer than people think. And I must admit, often when I do, and I come up to London and film, I get off the train and I spend the whole day walking until I get back on the train and go home. Covering London, love it. And that is nice and open for people to cycle down. There you go. And if you're looking at that sand over there, that is for when they bring the cavalry through here, so the horses go on that. Lovely. Right. Right, pubs. Okay, so I've been to a few pubs, so I can't say I'm the world's expert on it. So once again, I'm going to defer to my good friend Michael and Michael Eats, because I'm sure he will have covered that on his channel. There's a few places that I've been, and they will be the Prospect of Whitby and also the Mayflower, two of the London's oldest pubs. I can tell you the food in both of those absolutely phenomenal. Which I was really pleased about, because let's face it, they're big tourist attractions. The one which is the Prospect of Whitby has the noose hanging outside where smugglers used to go, and that's been going since about 1500. It's got all the kings and queens that have been in reign since it's been there, and also the same with the Mayflower. Yeah, it was originally called the Spread Eagle when the Mayflower left Rotherhithe to go off through to Plymouth and then over to the US with 100 or so people on there. It's always a worry with these sorts of places. Is the food going to be any good, and is it just done for tourist purposes, lure tourists in and give them a load of old rubbish? Actually, I can tell you the food in both of those was absolutely beautiful, so I recommend that. Recommend that highly. I really, really do. They're beautiful places. Other places, I can't tell you too much. I'll tell you one that I did have, and I didn't think it was that good actually, was the Holly Bush. Now that is on Instagram all the time because that's just a beautiful place up in Hampstead. And being up in Hampstead, it's right at the top. You get amazing views from there. You can walk in, have a drink. Had some food in there, and I didn't find it overly friendly. I didn't think much of it at all. So you've got to be so careful. I'd hit the Instagrams, I'd hit the reviews and see what people are like. But more importantly of all, I'd hit a YouTube channel where they've been there, and I can't say enough. Go and see my friend at Michael Eats. Go and see his channel, and he will recommend some places for you. So, brilliant question. Thank you so much, Adam. Really, really appreciate that one. Okay, what have we got left? Oh, we've got a couple more. Oh, one more, which is absolutely super. I can't believe. Oh no, a couple more actually. Right, so next one, which comes in from Lee John 70 and also Dee Dee. This is a hard one, I tell you. And they both ask the same question. There are so many delights and wonderful places in London. Do you have a personal favourite? Right, so let's go up, let's go for a walk. Do I have a personal favourite? So in answer to that, no, because it all depends what the mood takes me. So we're in the middle of summer. For some unknown reason, I'm just naturally attracted to the parks. I just love coming around the parks. I really do. Just enjoying the weather. So I love doing that. In the winter, I love going off to the museums and the places that are inside. I think for me also, and actually it doesn't matter what the weather's doing, I love being down by the Thames. There is something beautiful about that. Just taking in the water, which I suppose is a bit like the parks here really. You've got the Serpentine, and you've got the boat lake over at Regent's Park, and you've got the lake in the middle of St James's Park. There's just something magical about the water. Absolutely love it. So it all depends what the mood takes me. I think places that I'm going to have to create a top 10 places you've got to visit when you come to London if you're coming here for a short period of time. And I think it was Luana coming here recently. I think, if I remember rightly, Luana, I think you were here for about 4 days. So a very, very quick period of time. But what do you do in that time? Because there's so much to do and see. Where do you actually go and put that on there? So maybe that's one I need to put together. Let me know in the comments if that could be something of interest to you. Do let me know. I would say Westminster Abbey is definitely an amazing place to go and visit inside, and of course whilst you're there you've got Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament and all the rest of it around the side there. I love that place. Where else? Do you know what, it's just, I'm really, really lucky. I love just walking around and taking stuff in, and also cycling as well, which is something I'm going to do later today. Get on a bike and do a big cycle route, just to show you how big something is, but doing that on a bike and giving you a bit of commentary as we're doing it as well. So there you go. So it really does depend on the mood. Sorry, not a conclusive answer. I think also I love discovering places that I've heard of, not been to before. There are so many places in London that I still haven't been to. So if you've got any suggestions of places we haven't covered on the channel, do put them down below, because I love discovering them. I always say every day is a school day, and I learn so much about these places when I'm there. Love it. And I just also love getting views of London from natural places. So I was blown away when I went to Primrose Hill for the first time. And that, so the channel, we've been going just over 6 years, but with that, went over to there. It was absolutely beautiful. I was absolutely blown away by it. So the views from Primrose Hill over London, just absolutely incredible, as they are from Greenwich Park. So, you know, do let us know if there's any places that we haven't, and it really does depend on the mood. There you go. Right, final question. Oh my word, we're almost half an hour in, so I'm going to be sharpish on this one. Luana, great question this one. Right, for the honey-coloured stone masonry work on the gorgeous historical icons, were the stones sourced in England? And did some of the iconic honey-coloured Cotswold stones, did some come from there? What a brilliant question. Right, So I've done some research because that really got me thinking actually. I thought, oh, I wonder. So let me give you some answers on this one. So first of all, I'm going to do some of the iconic places. So Big Ben, that is Anston limestone, which is from Yorkshire. That's ANSTON, that's Anston limestone. That comes from Yorkshire. Westminster Abbey, which is also another iconic place with the stone and all the rest of it on there. That is a mixture of, that's Purbeck, Portland, which are both Dorset, and Reigate, which is Surrey. That's all made of that stone there. And Buckingham Palace is also Portland stone as well. There you go. So that's Portland stone. So really the iconic places and all the rest of it, no, it hasn't got any Cotswolds. And then I looked up and I thought, do you know what has been made out of Cotswold stone? And actually parts of the Tower of London have got Cotswold stone in it, which is amazing. And also, are you ready for this? The original parts, yes, the original parts from the year 150, 100 to 150, because that's when the year that the Roman wall was built, have also got Cotswold stone in it. So amazing. Now, let's give you a view over the Serpentine. There's a bit of building work on the bridge here. But when you get a padlow, you can do the whole length of the Serpentine up to the chain down below, which is going across to stop people from going underneath the bridge and going too far. There you go. They're lovely. Let's do it again slowly. With the wildlife in there as well, and the swan coming in. And that's the cafe over there and the Lido. And also you've got the Queen Diana, you've got the Princess Diana water feature over there just behind those trees as well. So, as they say, every day is a school day. I had no idea Cotswold stone was used in the original Roman wall, and they brought it in from the Cotswolds, which is quite some feat actually if you think about it. So they must have rolled that all the way from the Cotswolds to London to build the original Roman wall. So guys, can I just say a massive, massive thank you for all of your questions. That is absolutely insane, so thank you, really appreciate it. So if you've got any further questions or that sparked off a thought in you and you actually think, actually, do you know what, I want to know the answer to this, then all you need to do, drop it in the comments down below and we will pick it up at the end of July, which will be here before you know it. I'm going to leave you with a beautiful view of the Serpentine behind, and in the top right corner, I mentioned it earlier, I can't believe I've actually remembered it, because normally by the time I get to an end of the video I don't. I'm going to leave you with Marylebone, which is, you know what, an area of London. If money was no object, I would choose to live with beautiful views across London and the closeness to all the different parts of my favourite parts of London as well. So I'll put that in the top right hand corner. So if you click on that, I'll see you in there. Thanks so much guys for your questions. Catch you next month with another Q&A, and keep watching the videos. Cheers guys, bye.